It's your boy Swollen Genius.
I'm
Today I
swollen.
am recording from the vehicle as I continue to have computer issues, but
Man, computer sucks, man.
We gonna make this happen one way or the other. Man, I got a full capacity crew with me today. First and foremost, my co-host BD is on the phone. No cap to what he does he's a BD teacher.
What's good?
I got my boy Butch on the phone with me as well, Lil Peasel.
What's going on?
We got pretty boy Ricky Fontaine is back with us, brother Kimani Ealom. My bad,
wow. Wow, bro.
You got a lot to say, man. You pretty Tony Fontaine, Mr. 411. You're a little bit of everything. So sometimes
and the fact that
the verbiage gets a little mixed up.
Man, I see.
And of
You're struggling
course, no
today.
doubt,
We're gonna pray for you.
I appreciate you. All prayers are good. I hope are good prayers. So, and also we got brother Keyon Thompson back on with us today. How you brothers doing on this great Father's Day?
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me.
Man, we good, man. Happy Father's Day, my brothers.
Yeah, happy Father's Day,
fellas.
Same to y'all.
Happy Father's Day, y'all, man.
The first thing I want to do is I got to give accolades, man, where they are due to my co-hosts, Baron, as well as Lil Paul. Man, first off, man, we have downloaded. We have a total of 300 downloads, man. So congratulations to you fellas. Deep Rooted Ventilation Podcast is actually doing really well. And we have 88 opportunities for sponsorships. So I'm really excited about that, man. I know when I first thought about doing this and asking you guys to join me on this quest, man, I never thought we'd get to this point, but 300 downloads is amazing. And actually having an opportunity to monetize our podcast show is a success within itself, man. So Pat, you fellas should pat yourselves on the back, man. Thank you very much for seeing my vision. I appreciate it.
Congrats on that.
And I also gotta give congrats to the people we've had come on to speak on, their journeys, man, as well as kind of kick it and have a good time with us, man, because you guys have also helped us get to where we are. So we really appreciate you guys. So on this great Father's Day, I got a lot of good fathers on with me. These brothers are hard workers, definitely, nonetheless. Man, I gotta talk to you, Keyon. Gotta talk to you, bro.
What's up?
Last time we talked, man, Dr. Keyon Thompson, man, you was in the process of starting your own mobile service business. So where are you at now, brother?
So doors are open. I actually saw my first client earlier this week. He gave me a call through a contact that I had, and things are kind of growing from now. So I'm fully functional. I'm still kind of pulling my socials and get my marketing platform completely ironed out. But as far as everything on the back end, from the setup, the documentation system, the website, all go. So I'm able to take on patients and accept new clients right now. So I'm fully operational.
And congratulations. Congratulations on that, man. That's amazing. So what's next, though, brother? What's next for you when it comes to marketing? What's next for you?
So to try to set up some routine opportunity to see clients. So, for example, earlier this week, I met up with a colleague of ours, Dewan Means. He runs and owns By Any Means Fit, and he has his own gym, has his own clientele, and we've been in conversations over the last couple of months. He invited me to come down, set up, talk to some of his clients about the services I can provide for him and for his clients to kind of help maximize their outcomes and minimize pain and injuries. And I went down there and set up and was able to share some information and get my name out there. And that was really helpful. So I want to try to establish a couple of sets of relationships with people, preferably small business owners themselves, that we can have a mutual relationship that we can both benefit from. So where I could refer patients to them for continuing exercise and strength training and those things that are going to keep them healthy, while they would send patients to me that are struggling with or impairments that's holding them back. So right now I'm just trying to set up some blocks and processes in order so that I have a steady stream of referrals and people that can utilize my services.
Real
That's
deal.
what's up, man. That's
That
what's
is
up.
real deal.
Man, the last episode we had, man, we talked about sacrificing what it took to get, or what it takes to get you where you are, man. So just talk to us about some of the sacrifice and things that you had to do to get to where you are now, either what you're saying in your practice or opening your own business.
Well, the number one sacrifice has been time. So, I have a 7-month-old right now, and you know, the and I'm working full time, and when I get home, I'm spending time with my family. So everything that I've been having to do it after hours, late. Um, sacrifice as it pertains to this. The second thing is money. My intent was not to go into debt to start a practice. So fronting everything on my own, and if I didn't have it to spend, I wasn't gonna get it. And I'm gonna earn my way to the things that I need to provide for my business. So I'm always operating in the black, and I don't want to be in debt trying to service. And then the third thing is working less at my primary job. So I can see that I'm gonna have to, in order to pursue my dream and to get this thing to where it needs to be, I got to be able to commit more time to myself and to my practice. So I'm going to have to step away from a 40-hour work week, which is really close to the 45, in order to spend the amount of time I need to build and to market and to do the things for self-improve in order to be successful and make relationships with people. So, I would say those are the biggest sacrifices that I've made to this point.
Got you. And so how long you think about starting your business, man? How long have you had this in the works? Like, a couple years while you was working, you just like, hey man, I'm to the point I just want to work for myself, or how was it?
Well,
What
I've
did
I've
you
been,
come to
I've
that?
always want I always wanted to run a clinic, but I never thought it would be the model is what changed. So I think when COVID hit, and thinking about how much my full-time job got, like we were down to one staff therapist because everything shut down. And so that made me the current model at long, but that's all we know and that's all we have is to have a traditional brick. You go here for your treatments, you see your doctor first, kind of model. And so I got to thinking about how I could be successful without needing to have that traditional model as a backdrop.
Got
So COVID created creativity from there's a therapy movement that we're moving away from relying so heavily on insurance and doctors to help us do as a practice. We're independent providers and we need to start acting like it. And so, there's resources and there's podcasts and there's all types of information that wasn't there, 5 years ago if somebody wants to try to start their own business. So the resources is another reason why I decided to try to give this a shot.
That's what's
So
up.
That's real, man.
You got your website and stuff up and running now. So
Oh yeah, it's good to go. Yeah.
So just give the people your website so they can reach out to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Services.
Yeah. So the website is premiermobiletherapy.com. One word, no spaces, no underscores, none of that stuff. Premiermobiletherapy.com. You can also search me on Google. So if you just type in Premier Mobile Therapy on Google, if treated you or giving you any advice or anything like that, feel free to leave me a review. I'm on social media now. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, business. So footprint and I'm trying to tell people what it is that I'm trying to do and what it is physical therapy is and how you can benefit from it. So I'm in a heavy education mode right now, so people can kind of understand where I'm coming from and how they can utilize our services. Yeah.
Real deal, man.
I
That's
think
what's
it's
up,
gonna be
brother. Well,
wildly successful. Yeah. Anytime you can bring services
keep
to the
on pushing,
people, and
brother.
yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Pushing,
I'm
man.
excited about it. Everybody I've talked to has been really positive and really encouraging on what we're trying to do and what we're trying to build. So I think it's gonna be here for the long haul, and brothers like you guys and these types of endeavors is what can make us successful.
Big facts. All right. Well, brother Ealom, we appreciate you, brother Dr. Thompson, man, and continue to push your business, man. We always here as a avenue for you to promote. So if you need us, let us
Yeah,
know, man.
appreciate it. Yeah, no doubt, appreciate it.
No doubt.
Hey, Kimani, I gotta ask you, bro. I know Derby Dash Entertainment and Transportation. I'm sorry, Derby Dash Transportation. You just got out of another year of the Derby runs, man. How did your business do this year?
God is good, and I was really truly blessed. It's amazing. Um, I did better than I could have ever imagined. It's probably one of our best years for it to be in the middle of a pandemic. For us to, we were working with a short staff. Typically, in past years, I've had a minimum of 5 chauffeurs, not including myself. And then at max, I've had up to 8 chauffeurs working. And this year, I had 3. And I did more business. Was able to do more business with 3 than I have been at times with 8. And I'm really, really, I have a good business mind, but I don't. But there's a lot of things when it comes to analytics that I'm not good at, and I'm not ashamed to say what I'm not good at. And so I think on a basic level, I was able to do more with less. And I really would love, to have someone who's good at analytics to kind of guide me as far as how to maximize profits and minimize overhead. And so, I have 3 really, really good chauffeurs that I've been working with for years, and they were grinding, and it was a great year. So, all thanks to God, and all glory to God. And, it was, in the wave was continuing, and I'm really experiencing a little bit of a growing pain that I wasn't prepared for because, I've been getting a lot more contacts over the summer. Churchill Downs is really, really growing and becoming they becoming a force. And there's a lot of things I don't like that Churchill Downs is doing when it comes to excluding our people as far as being able to be profitable, those people that live in the area. But you cannot knock their business savvy and how they're growing, and it's giving opportunities to people like me. I'm getting contacted pretty much every week for people who are coming in from out of town with large parties and want to go to the track. And to be honest, I wasn't prepared for it. So we're trying to get ready and stay ready so I don't have to get ready. But I've been contacted by a new hotel that hasn't opened yet, the Cambria downtown in downtown Louisville, and they are extremely interested in our services for next year for their hotel. So, through a lot of hard work, through a lot of just very, very hospitable treatment to our clientele. The name is circulating in a positive way, and that's all I can really ask for. It's been a slow growth, but we growing. So that's pretty much it, man, for Derby Dash.
And so what's up, man? But look, first off, brother, reach out to me. I can assist you with the overhead as well as the analytics. I have been talking to myself about starting a consultant firm on operations and human resources, and The missus has been pushing it, and after talking to Brother Thompson here, he kind of shedded some light on a few things with an analogy of a tree. So I am going to officially start that consultant firm next week. And man,
Nice.
as from a brother to a brother, man, I would love to assist you in that, man. That's what I do. I can show you, I can show you the analytics, your overhead, and also efficiency on how to save money, and a variety and a variation of ways of doing that, and also other ways to make more money. So, get with me, man. We'll go through that, man. But man, I'm really proud, Kimani, of where you are with your business, man, from where you started. I can recall years ago when we had talked about it, man. I can't wait to see exactly how your business progresses and where you'll be in the future. So congrats on your success with that, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I just hope that it continues to grow. So
Definitely. It will, man. Continue to push the way you push it and continue to do what you're doing, man. I mean, if you can be successful, have a very successful year with 3 drivers compared to 8, that should tell you right there that you're on the right track with your model.
Right.
Hands down, man. Let's keep pushing that, brother.
Hard work and determination, bro. It gets you anywhere. Get you far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, fellas.
Man, amazing, man. So listen, bro. Listen, I'm about to get deep on y'all. I'm about to get real deep on y'all. I asked this question.
Here you go.
Hey, man, seriously, man. I asked this question, bro, because, from our culture, our elders always has a variety of different sayings, right? And a lot of things that would have you thinking. Like from my granny, y'all know, you guys know I was raised by my granny. One thing my granny used to say to me all the time is, she used to have two funny sayings. One was she wanted it quiet. She wanted quiet in here so she can hear a rat piss on cotton. Right? That was one of the sayings. I want it so quiet in here. I want to hear a rat piss on cotton. I was like, "You got rats?" As a kid, you're like, "You got rats?" But as you get older, you understood the analogy, right? The second one was the funniest one. I actually use it today myself. When you would say, "Well, Granny, I thought," she said, "Well, you think like Randy. You thought like Randy. You thought cat shit was candy." Right? That was her second.
Oh Lord.
Right. So
Granny had a
asking
mouth
this
on her.
question.
Granny had a mouth on her, boy.
Hey man, my granny in South Alabama, bro. Deep South of Alabama. She used to say some shit, bro. It would have you thinking, She told my brother one day, he had a friend over at the house, and older folks are not really big on people sitting on their mattresses. And my brother had a friend over, he sat on the mattress, and I was like, "Man, you better get off that bed, bro. We don't sit on beds around here." And there wasn't no more chairs. And my brother was like, "He all right, cool." My grandmother came in that room, she said, "Get off my goddamn mattress." "Where you gonna sit, Granny?" She told the fool to sit on his fist and ride back on his thumbs.
Oh man.
Use your hands as your chair. It had me dying laughing, bro. But so here's the question for you guys. A lot of elders always say that when there's a death in the family, that someone is gonna have a baby, right? You hear a lot of elders say that, man. Somebody's dying. Well, means somebody's about to have a baby, or if somebody's having a baby, that means death is around the corner. What if the circle of life was actually that? What if for you to bring new life into the world, somebody had to die in your family? You don't know who it is. It could be anyone. Would you still bring new life in the family knowing that? So, for example, you want to have a child, but for you to have a child, somebody had to die. Because see, right now, that's an old folklore. It's a folklore. We don't really know if that's what actually happens or not. Ironically, sometimes people do die. We all have a number. And sometimes someone has a baby, but that's not always the case. But what if that was the circle of life? What if for you to bring new life into the world, someone had to die, but you don't know who it was? Would you still bring life into this world?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, yeah, because it happened to me.
You're
You
gonna
already
die
know that.
anyway.
Yeah, look, I lost my mama in September, had a baby in November, right? And so that energy got passed from my mom to my daughter. She's a perfect, healthy baby, thriving, doing great. And sometimes I think like, if that had to happen for us to be blessed with a baby girl to add to our family, because we took on a lot of grief last year, but she was a light that kind of helped us work through that,
Grief. Yeah.
So I believe that actually does happen, bro. Like I do. There's a you know finite amount of energy that the world
Yeah.
has, and and keep some of it has to get to the next generation of people, and if that's the sacrifice we got to make to continue moving forward with our society and with our culture, then unfortunately that was the price that our family had to pay for us to bring our daughter in. So, but yeah, that's just my piece on it.
Yeah, bro. Nate, when you posed this question the other day, man, and I hit you back about it, I really didn't know, but I had to think about it as well, man. For me, it happened for me as well, man. My sister was, what I'm saying, lost her life back in 2014, and 3 weeks later, my son was born. Feel what I'm
Mm,
saying? It was almost like 3 weeks to the day
yeah.
Wow.
that she passed. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it's it's crazy, man. Honestly, it may be that way. And you don't know who it's gonna be. But honestly, as I thought about it and I got to continue to think about it, that we just have may just have to be may just have to do that. It's a hard question, man. Real talk, because you don't want to lose people that you love,
Right.
but you
Facts.
also want to bring somebody in that you love.
And not knowing that you could be bringing a new child in this world and losing a child because you don't know.
True, very true.
Mm,
You don't know, right? Because it is random. It could be anyone. It could be
Yeah,
an elder. It could be a child. You really don't know.
you're right. You're
mm.
right about that. That's a question right there, man. That's a deep question, bro.
Yeah.
And honestly, I still ponder on it. And I will after the show's over with. You know,
I just I just think, man, that is a great question. It just I think it just come down, bro. It's the circle of life, bro. You know, like you said, we everybody got a date and a time, and so what I'm saying, we don't know who's gonna go when, where, and it'll be rough. But like you said, if you bring in a child in this world, somebody you can love, and I think it will help you get past what you're grieving. But also, what I'm saying, I think
Definitely.
also be so I guess it's like a catch, what I'm saying, a catch 22, because you grieving, you losing somebody, but like Keyon said, what I'm saying, you bringing somebody in this world that you can show that love to, what I'm saying, so it kind of balance itself out.
Mm.
Okay. Kimani, and then you answered really quick yes. Why? Why did you say yes?
I mean, pretty much how Paul said. That's all I. I think a lot about the circle of life. So I I see it all the time, and not just in life and death, but just like how Martin said. When you brought into this world, you're naked and you got one tooth, and when you leave the world, you're naked and you got one tooth just hanging on. And so it's just kind of how things go. I think that my grandmother, rest her soul, she passed. I think a little bit over a year after my daughter was born. Um, I know after I was born, uh, my grandfather, my father's father passed, and then so there's other circumstances that I know that's happened. So it's probably some truth to it, and it just is what it is. Everybody got a date, and everybody's going. So it really, to me, it doesn't make a difference whether it's because somebody was born or not. We here until God calls us home. So if that's the price you have to pay for your lineage to carry on, then I guess that's the price you got to pay. But I that's just I have issues dealing with death, so I don't really want to go that deep into it. But yeah, I see life repeat itself all the time, whether it be trends, fads, whether it be just everything, cars. I seen they bringing out a new Wagoneer, the old Jeep SUV. It's gonna be, it's just everything just repeats itself. So ain't nothing new under the sun.
That is true. That is true. That's what's up.
Hey, I got a quick question for y'all. All y'all got kids. Do y'all kids do something? Maybe like say they just randomly doing something. You be like, man, damn, they been here before. Where you get that from? Y'all ever see that in y'all kids?
Yeah. Man, at least 3-4 times a week.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son, he doesn't, but he and his granddad, my wife's father, he passed away last year too. Like, so alike, not loud, they're confident, and and just don't give a damn. It's just like, where do you get this from? And he just says what's on his mind, and it just keeps it moving. And I all the time I laugh, and I'm like, man, you were just like your granddad, but Papa's what they call him all the time. So.
Definitely. Hey man,
I
I
see
think all
my
my
daughter
kids
in
like that.
living people, but I see my daughter in people that are alive now, but nobody that I can think of that's passed on. Nah, I can't say that.
What's y'all's proudest moment as a father? What's your proudest moment as a father?
I can say my proudest moment is just this here in these last few years, my daughter's commitment to her education. She her third grade year, she had a rough year. It was a transition. They say the third grade can kind of be rough. I don't know why, but I guess there's not as much hand holding, and there's a focus. There's a push to be more independent, and so she struggled a little bit. But for all of elementary, with the exception of that year, and it was only half the year, she's either been on the honor roll or principal's list, and then she is a dance student with the Rocknets. Anita, I can't remember the whole name, but the Rocknets is a very popular dance school here in Louisville. Shout out to them. And over the past few years, when she's dancing in recitals and things, I've always been on her about she doesn't practice enough. She doesn't put enough time and energy. She wants to be up there and she wants to do it, but she's not, taking the time and commitment to do it. And she had a recital here 2 days ago on Friday for Father's Day, and I was just amazed. I was amazed at the level of growth in her, whereas in the past year, she's always looking to the person next to her for what comes next. And, now she's leading, now she's up front in every dance but one. And I was just really, really proud. I was that, like you see on TV, that father sitting there trying not to cry. And, I didn't, but, it was moving. So that's right now for me, those are the things that bring me the most pride in her accomplishments.
Barry, what about you, brother? What's your proudest moment as a father, man?
Man, honestly, to narrow it down, man, just for both of my sons, my oldest, for him, man, it's more of a, let me see, I'm trying to how to put it, man. He's social justice, man. He's into that. Like, he doesn't like, he's into basketball real tough, right? So he loves it. He wants to go to the league. That's his dream. But it's not just to make money. His money is like, okay, I'm gonna make it to the league, daddy, and I'm gonna give back to the people who don't have what I have. And I'm gonna look at people, who I'm gonna help people out that look like me. And it's coming from a 10-year-old. And he's going to the boys' academy here, what I'm saying, all boys school here, and he takes pride in that. People ask him, what middle school you going to? I'm going to WEB Du Bois Academy. And that's what he does, man. And I take that from him because he takes pride in who he is and doesn't let anybody, stray him from who he is. And for my youngest, man, my youngest is just going back to you saying earlier, man, see stuff in you. Like, for him, he's laid back, bro. He honestly, he's me. He just laid back, and sometimes it irks me. I'm like, bro, move, and he just looks at me like, whatever, bro, and keeps it moving. But for him, he doesn't let anybody change him, man. What he says is what he says, and he's unapologetic about it. He's like, okay, that's what it is. And there was some teachers who tried to stray him from what what he was talking about this year in class. Sometime, and he'd be like, no, that's not right. And he just stood up to him, and I was like, man, coming from a 7-year-old, bro, I was like, man, that's all right. So that was a couple of things for me, man.
Keyon, what about you, brother?
So I had some time to think about it while y'all were talking. So for me, it's less about achievement and sports or academics, because both my older kids do really well in those two areas. To me, I'm the most proud when they do things that shows that what we're trying to instill in them, that it actually is sticking. So a good example for what my son did, my daughter was coming down the hill and she wrecked on her bike, and he was sitting on the porch and saw it happen. He didn't say nothing. He jumped up and sprinted down the hill to check on his sister because she was hurting, and he saw it happen. And so we're trying to teach them, your family, and you gotta look after your sister. You gotta look after them. And so for him to step up, this was almost a year ago. He was, he might have just been turning 6, but that made me really proud as a dad. He's looking out for his sister in that way. And then my daughter, she's the most kind, giving person I've literally ever met, adult or otherwise. She would give somebody the last bite of her anything, give her shirt off her back, and she played softball. A little girl struck out, came back to the dugout, tears in her eyes, and she was crying. Everybody clapped it up. She sat on the bench in the dugout. Kai went over to her and sat next to her and put her arm around her shoulder and said, "Hey, it's all right. Everybody strikes out. It's not a big deal. You'll get it the next time." And stuff like that a lot of times kids are so into them, they would never take the 2 seconds to try to pick that kid up after striking out feeling terrible. So when I see my kids do that type of stuff, that makes me the most proud, because they're going to be okay in the classroom. They're going to be okay in sports and what they're doing. Keeping good human beings, that's what makes me the most proud. So not really one particular moment, but those things kind of stood out to me.
Nate, what about you?
So out of all my 25 kids, and as my older kids are older, I think my proudest moments now are with my youngest. And I say that because, during a pandemic year, it was nice to actually watch their growth and development, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we overlook those little things. It was nice to see their vocabulary improve and increase. And I think one of the proudest moments is when I take them to the park and they got their little sister with them, and they're very protective. Kids be like, "I want to play with the baby," and I got one that's telling somebody to get away from her. And I got another that stands in front of her like, no, this is our baby. That protection is the same that I would give my kids. That's a proud moment for me, man. But more than anything, it's just being able to honestly work from home and to watch their development on a daily basis. That's been my proudest moment recently. You know? And again, it's just those little things, man, being able to cherish those little moments in their development and actually be able to do that. Because, you know, we all in our careers and all of us work 9 to 5s. And normally you wouldn't see that because they're either at school or they're at the daycare. And you miss those little moments, man. So those are my proudest moments, bro. Those are truly my proudest moments.
Correction, sir. I work from 7 to 3, sir.
You work from 7 to 7 because you got them badass kids.
This is true.
You know, I'm pretty sure yours goes beyond the classroom, right?
This
hey,
is
man,
true.
I want to switch it up a little bit. You know, us all being black men and black fathers, they just passed a bill, you know, marking Juneteenth as a national holiday. What's your thoughts on that, man? What are y'all honest thoughts on that? You know, are y'all excited about it? You know, a lot of people are excited, you know, and they're like, wow, it's about time. It's a national holiday. But what are your true feelings on that? And be honest, because I got some thoughts myself, but I would love to know your guys' take on
that.
Well,
go ahead, Keyon.
For them to just blanketly a holiday because they're and feel like they need to be more inclusive, I think kind of under point making it a holiday. You need to no, make initiatives and make an effort to educate people on why it's a national holiday. Don't just throw it out there. All right, now do as you please. Like, I just feel like it was done kind of halfway and just kind of like a pacifier, so to speak. You know, like to throw some water on the fire, not to cultivate and to bring people together from a stance of understanding. So I just feel like it was kind of a rushed kind of, you know, here. Now be quiet. We gave you something. Now what else y'all want to complain about, kind of thing. So that's how I feel about it. Like, until they start implementing it into curriculum and talking about actual events in Black history as all of American history and or history of the world, like, you know, it's not moving.
But you know what? They're not gonna
for
do
me from that aspect.
They I don't think they really gonna put it back in schools, man. Because I heard it's a few places in Kentucky already that has banned it. You know what I'm saying? To teaching their kids, you know what I'm saying, their students about Black history and slavery. Means, man, you know what I'm saying, slavery or whatever. So they don't want people to know the kids and stuff to know the truth. So I don't think they'll really put it back in the schools. So I think as us as black men, black fathers, we got to teach our kids at home.
And it's not across the board. Then what's the point?
I got next.
No, please. I can't wait to hear your intake.
So,
Okay.
basically, this is just another slave master tactic. It's some old slave master shit mixed in with some Trump. While I'm doing this over here, look at this over here, which he was great at. He was a master at. You know, they across the nation, they're voting down for schools to teach critical race theory, to teach about our ancestry, to teach about slavery. They're voting that down. You hear it's been over 400 pieces of legislation that have been proposed, mostly by the GOP Republicans, to continue to disenfranchise our people when it comes to voting and voter rights, to make it harder, more difficult for us to vote, to participate, to vote for the people that we want to govern us. And so they're basically doing like the slave masters did back in the day when, they sold off your family, when they sold away your wife and your children, and then they would give you some cake. Here, nigga, eat this cake. Eat this cake and be happy. Like Keyon said, just be happy, and it'll be okay. And they want you to forget about all the stuff they doing in the right hand by offering you some cake in the left hand. And once that cake is gone, you still don't have your family. You still these young white kids and black kids still aren't learning about critical race theory. They're still not learning about slavery and what really happened, real history. And you still continue to try to disenfranchise us and keep us, away from the voting booths. So, no, I mean, I was more excited about it because it was actually voted as a Metro holiday. We was off on Friday, and it's been a Metro holiday for like half a year. They voted on it sometime last year. So I was more excited then than I was when they all of a sudden, and it came so fast, just boom. Like someone said, it was a rush. And that's why it's a rush, because they're trying to give something to try to appease people because of all the bullshit they doing on the other hand.
Brand, what's your take, brother? From an educational standpoint, Mr. Teacher.
At first, bro, I looked at it, I was like, this is cool, all right, federal holiday, I'm not gonna front. And I got to think about it some more and more, and I was like, it's bullshit. At first glance, you're like, all right, cool. And you got to thinking about it, got to talk to my wife about it, like, man, this is all bullshit. Pretty much, I'm gonna echo a lot of things that I'm saying my brothers have said before this, so I'm not gonna just go down and repeat that everything, but it's bullshit. I mean, point blank period. I mean,
That's it.
I mean, we celebrate Juneteenth. Cool. That's what we gonna do. It's gonna mess around and be commercialized and everything like that. So, I mean, it could be another tactic where stores are gonna try to start making money off of it and different things of that nature, man. For us, we know what it symbolizes, and with that being said, bro, it didn't have to be a national holiday. We was gonna celebrate regardless. And us as a people, us as a culture, we're gonna continue to do what we do, and we're gonna push and we're gonna grind. And you just can't honestly get to a point now. You can't keep trying to throw me scraps out here and think I'm cool with it now. I'm good, fam. I don't need it. If you're gonna do that, we don't need it. So, I mean, that's my take on it, man. Like I said, bullshit! Exclamation mark.
Can I make one more quick statement here? Because all right, I don't want to make it seem like I don't appreciate at least the effort to try to shed some light on the situation, right? I don't want to act like it's for nothing, but I just would like to have some follow through, right? So it's like, okay, cool. It's gonna become this commercialized thing, but if someone can learn from this that otherwise would have no idea what it is and why it's something great. But if nobody's learning anything from it and people are only using it for profit and, like you said, gain and commercialize it, then that's just another foot on the back of black people that people are using as a stepping stone to make money or to promote whatever agenda they have. So, like, long as things are going to move forward from an education standpoint, it's not a bad thing. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing. It's just I feel like it's coming from a place that may be disingenuous. Is a way to put it.
I want to jump in real quick. I'm sorry. Just want to, and going back to Barian, and then Keyon said some of the things that I was thinking. But first, with regards to just being appreciative, like I struggle with that sometimes. And just to give you an example, I think I believe, I'm gonna stand on my beliefs. I'm gonna say it with pride. I believe that overall, our mayor, our current mayor, has done a great job with this city, way better than his predecessor. So, so like I hear people that are very critical of him, especially last summer and everything that was going on. And I really felt like he was doing the best job he could. I feel that he made mistakes. I feel that there's room for improvement. There is for all of us. We are human. But he's a white man governing a southern, whether you like it or not, a southern city that has race issues. And he's trying to figure this shit out. And so, like, I really want to try to be appreciative when people are trying to work to move the needle. But in this situation, yeah, it's just an appeasement and something that I really want to point out on the economic piece is that um, white people are watching us all the time. They are watching us, good and bad. They're watching us, and white people, man, they want to be us. Whether they admit it or not, they really everything that you see in white culture more and more nowadays comes from our culture, whether it be the dances they do on the TikToks, whether it be the things they say that's outdated that we were saying 2 years ago, whether it be the music they listening to that we done listened to last year. Everything they say, do for the most part, the things they like, they get from us. And we see it and we just kind of like, oh, we stop. But rest assured, last year when I was down on the waterfront and I seen how big Juneteenth was and all of the money that was being made for people out celebrating our people, then white people saw it too. They seen it around the world and they like, I want that. I want some of that. They always looking to take what's ours. They always looking to take what we got. They've been doing it since we've been over here. And so yeah, let's why not? Let's join in. And that's what I really feel like it is. Economically now people will be able to benefit from it because hey, it's a federal holiday. Whether you cared about it or knew about it before, you know now. And um, but ultimately like someone said, if there's nothing behind it, there's not going to be anything that helps move the needle and moves us forward. It's just a rubber stamp, so to speak. Y'all can have it. We was gonna celebrate, like Barry said, regardless. 8th of August. We was gonna celebrate. That'll be next. We've been doing it. I'm done.
Very good insights. So
Nate, let's hear it.
I think it is kind of a slap in the face. I think it was, as Keyon stated, enough for us to just say, here's something else for you to try to minimize the racial divide and just take this for right now and we'll see what else we can do. I find it actually pisses me off and I don't find it odd. I find it peculiar that how easily you can pass a bill to recognize a holiday, but we struggle to pass a bill to pay Black people reparations. When culture, every other culture has been paid, from the Indians to the Hispanics, and I can continue on the Asians, the Jewish. We still struggle to find a way to pay African Americans what is due for the wrongful doing to our people. That is my issue with the bill for a holiday.
And for the culture we built.
Secondly, before you decided to make this a holiday, you should have found a way to educate, as you stated earlier, and to put it back into the books, first and foremost. Find a way, sit down, find a way to educate people on what it is. Sit down, as I got my twins with me. Say hi.
Hey.
Good job.
What up? What's good with it?
That's enough. Thank you. But find a ways to educate. Find a way to get it back in the school systems and find a way for people to understand what we're celebrating. What I don't want to see is culturally we take a now nationally recognized holiday and treat it as they do Cinco de Mayo. And I think that's what's going to happen. We're gonna find a way to televise it and to make it a joke. And I hope and pray we don't. I hope and pray that this holiday is recognized and we celebrate it the right way and not make it a joke, because Cinco de Mayo's independence is what May 5th is about Hispanic education and independence has become what taco and what drink are we drinking today. And I hope and pray that we do not allow Juneteenth to become the same.
Keep it authentic.
Man. And you know what? We can't do it to ourselves either. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't give fuel to a fire. We can't self-inflict. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it classy. Keep it, on the up and up. Keep it uplifting. We can't be shooting each other, because we're trying to have a good time and group of people. You can't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see what you're saying, Nate. Like, we don't want it to devolve into something that's just another reason for people to get together and drink and smoke and hang out, and, that kind of thing. I get it.
Right. And you know what I'm saying? What you do in your own time is what you do. But if we gonna celebrate this, celebrate it the right way. Don't allow it to become something unculturally unimpactful that is gonna degrade us and make us look worse.
Right.
We just don't need
self-inflict.
that. Yeah, we can't. We just don't need that. Well, brothers, this has been a great conversation. I appreciate you guys today. I definitely want to say to you fathers again, and you great black men, happy Father's Day. It's ironic today. I didn't throw any crazy jokes for y'all today. Ironically, I didn't, man. This has been a blessing, though, man. I appreciate you guys. We will definitely end it on this note. Happy Father's Day, and bless you guys. God bless you guys, and have a good day, fellas.
Happy Father's Day, man.
Thanks for having me.
Peace and love.
All right.